Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, One Book or Novel at a Time. I'm ready to read to you this amazing read, Doll by Miracle Austin, read aloud by me, Ms. Rosario Osuna, Chapter 1. But before I read Chapter 1 to you, I must let you know, my audience, that I am recording this screencast with the permission of the author, Miracle Austin. On April 3rd of this year, 2020, the author, Miracle Austin, replied to me in writing, granting me permission to scan her book one chapter at a time in order to make this read aloud possible. Thank you, a huge thank you to the author, Miracle Austin. Thank you once again for your help and supporting me with this recording. Without your support, this recording won't be possible. A special message to everyone. It is important to honor copyright laws and always honor and give credit to the source that you use, whether in an essay, a recording such as this one, or any time you borrow material of any kind, especially if the source, in this case, a book, the book's beginning pages states that permission is needed to duplicate, copy, scan, or even sell the book if you didn't buy it. So with that said, I will move forward. Just wanted to let you know that we have to honor where we're borrowing anything that we use to create, like I just said, an essay, this recording. So just wanted to let you know the importance of copyright laws and always following them and respecting them. Once again, Doll by Miracle Austin, Chapter 1. Be careful what you wish for. Doll, Miracle Austin. Don't let the cover fool you. Have you heard? Never judge a book by its cover? Well, wait till we read it and you'll find out why we can't judge this book by its cover. It's a truly, truly amazing story with a magical twist. Several unexpected things will happen. Several lessons to be learned. I want to let you know that I also use Cam Scanner to scan these pages. Doll. Copyright February 14, 2016 by Miracle Austin. This book is a work of fiction. Names, characters, places, and incidents are either the product of the author's imagination or are used fictitiously. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or to actual events or locals is entirely coincidental. This book, both in its entirety and in portions, is the sole property of Miracle Austin. Doll, copyright 2016 by Miracle Austin. All rights reserved, including the right to reproduce this book or portions thereof in any form. No part of this text may be reproduced, transmitted, downloaded, decompiled, reverse engineered, or stored in or introduced into any information storage and retrieval system in any form or by any means, whether electronic or mechanical, without the express written permission of the author. The scanning, uploading, and distribution of this book via the internet or via any other means without the permission of the publisher is illegal and punishable by law. Please purchase only authorized electronic editions and do not participate in or encourage electronic piracy of copyrighted materials. This book is licensed for your personal enjoyment only. This book may not be resold or given away to other people. If you would like to share this book with another person, please purchase an additional copy for each recipient. If you're selling this book and did not purchase it, or it was not purchased for your use only, then please return to company from which it was obtained from and purchase your own copy. Thank you for respecting the hard work of this author. Cover art design, Mia Huddle at M Designs. Edited and formatted by E&F Indie Services. Published by Miracle Austin. Published in United States of America. And Miracle Austin is providing permission for me to do this because I did purchase a class set for my book club members. But with everything that's going on right now, the whole class set is at the library and I cannot go and then pick them up and distribute them to all my book club members because that would involve me having to go to their houses, and with what's going on right now, we can't. So once again, thank you, Miracle Austin, for helping us and getting this book to my readers, not only my book club members, but all the kids that follow me in this YouTube channel and everybody that really enjoys reading and reading anything, or not anything, but any of the new books out there. And I know this is an amazing novel. Thank you. Dedication. Dedicated to my mama, Eva, who gave me the idea for Doll and so many of my other stories I've written and plan to write, I pray. Without unconditional support and cheerleading, I couldn't have finished. You know, it's really a fantastic feeling when just one person truly believes in you, and then the impossible transforms into the possible. Thank you, Sean, my hubby, and Mama. I love you both deeply. This is a dedication from the author, Miracle Austin, to her mom and her husband for always supporting her. For my readers, this is for you guys, for everybody that loves to read, everybody that loves to share any time that we read anything, or you like to pass on that passion for reading. This is for you. Even those of you that are barely discovering that you are into books and that you love to read and that you're liking it, this is also for you, my beginning readers, my readers that read all the time. It doesn't matter. You pick up a book, this is for you. For my readers, Doll is my first standalone novel and debut release. I wanted to take this time to thank you so much for taking the time to choose my book and not open its pages to read. I absolutely appreciate your support more than you'll ever know. I hope that Doll impacts you in some way. P.S. A bonus full short story, The Triple Dare, and a teaser for my second debut release, Boundless, are included. Miracle Austin. Chapter 1. Once upon a time, Pepper Fox, the most popular girl, ruled the halls of Frost High in her couture painted-on outfits while whipping her hair back and forth like two windshield wipers set at high speed. Karma finally met Pepper on prom night. Principal Jung called 911 after Pepper's unforgettable solo on the dance floor. EMTs arrived within minutes. They flew in with a gurney, scooped her half-charred body off the floor, wheeled her out as fast as they could, and loaded her up into the back of the ambulance. I can still hear the younger EMT's lingering whisper, "What happened here tonight?" Some would say that Pepper had it coming after all the mean and nasty things she did to so many at Frost, while others would be too afraid to so much as whisper anything bad about her because her paybacks were always memorable. Honestly, Pepper had her share of enemies on Frost campus and beyond. Rumors still float around campus that Sarifena Green, Opal Dawn, and Tomie Dupuy, me, caused Pepper's accident. Some believed, well, mostly Pepper's vipers, her friends, thought we were her biggest targets, therefore the culprits. So, you're probably wondering about the trio and all, and if we are guilty. Let's start a few weeks before the prom. I'll let you decide for yourself. Thursday ended up being a long day after listening to the Colby twins bicker back and forth about their different beliefs. One believed in the Big Bang Theory, while the other one didn't. I rode the bus home that day because my car was in the shop for repairs for the second time this year, due to my temperamental radiator. I started to sit next to Sari, but she had her books sprawled out on her seat, so I found an empty seat behind her. I placed my earbuds in and found my favorite rock playlist while tapping Sari's shoulder and pointing towards my ears, so she would know that I was about to go into my zone. She nodded her head and turned back around to finish the work she was focused on. I then leaned my head against the window and noticed Opal walking towards the bus. Opal looked as if she was gasping for air. Juicy cherry-sized pimples littered her face. She climbed the steps of the packed school bus like a tortoise. Laughing and whispers ignited. Something kept my eyes glued on her. She shuffled her way towards the back while dragging her right foot. I believe she was born with a foot drop, which caused the dragging. Spitballs bombed her back while outstretched legs blocked her path. She almost tripped a few times in her dress. It resembled an oversized grocery paper bag, touching all the way down to her ankles. She reached an empty seat, plopped down, and hugged her backpack against her chest as if it was going to fly away. She held her head down with a single tear skating down her face. The spitballs continued and landed in her hair. The snickering continued until the bus was empty. Only Opal, Sari, and me remained. We were part of the RC, better known as the Reject Club. Membership didn't have any privileges at all. I never really talked to Opal much at school, and almost forgot that we worked together at the Pizza Beat. Until that day. I stood up and walked up to the seat in front of Sari and sat down. I whispered, "Hey, doesn't Opal work the dishwashing area?" Sari looked up, squinting her brown eyes while adjusting her cat-like hot pink eyeglass frames on her heart-shaped face. She looked back at Opal. Opal's head hung low as her hair concealed the majority of her face. Tomie, yeah, that's her. I hardly have time to pay attention to who's working because of all the crap Pepper orders me to do around there while she sits on her butt. Sari flipped through the pages of her literature book, securing a pencil in her mouth between her teeth. Yeah, I know. Think we should say something to her? If you want to, Tomie, then go for it. I really need to finish up these questions before work tonight. I scooted out of the plastic seat and dropped my feet to the floor. I was almost 7 feet if you add my curly auburn hair. I ran my long fingers through my loose curly locks and walked towards the back of the bus, grabbing the back of each seat I passed, in case the bus driver, Mr. Ray, made a quick stop. Before I could reach Opal, the bus came to a slow stop. She almost knocked me over as she was exiting her seat and dropped her dingy backpack. Everything spilled out. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm such a klutz. Hey, it's okay. I drop stuff all the time. I called out to Mr. Ray. She'll be up in a few. Need to help her gather her stuff. Mr. Ray nodded, paced the bus in park, leaned back in his seat, and turned on his favorite radio station to listen to a 60s classic song. I gathered up her items as fast as I could. I stuffed them back into her backpack as she did the same. I swooped up an 8x5 picture of Pepper Fox dressed in her cheerleader uniform from the 8th grade. Something about the picture stood out. I examined it closer. It was Pepper's eyes. They were missing, as if burnt out. Opal jerked it from my curious examination before I could comment. She stumbled up to her feet, tucked her backpack under her arm, and ran down the bus aisle until she reached the stairs. I followed her halfway. "Slow down, Opal," Mr. Ray said as he opened up the folding bus doors for her to exit. She turned around to speak, but nothing came out. She walked down the stairs in a swift motion with slight pauses, which was the opposite of her earlier entrance. She looked both ways before galloping across the street to her house. I walked up closer to the front and leaned on a standing bar near Mr. Ray. "Mr. Ray, I was only trying to help her out. Think I ended up doing just the opposite." "Son, girls and women are very complicated. I still haven't figured them out and don't reckon I ever will. Take my advice. Let them be, and when they're ready, they'll come to you to talk their troubles out and all." Mr. Ray had worked for Frost High for many years. I was pretty sure that he and my dad were close in age. Mr. Ray was a small man with wavy black hair, and a large silver streak ran down the middle of his hair like a skunk. He was old-fashioned in many ways, but nice to everyone. Most of Frost High respected him, except, and I'm sure that you can guess that one, right? Pepper never seemed to bother him because he had a special way of throwing out powerful Bible verses, which appeared to drive her away. It was as if she avoided Mr. Ray because he knew how to fend her off. He placed the bus in drive and drove off. As the bus took off down the road, I looked out the window and watched Opal pull her body from behind a tall maple tree, watching us drive out of sight before she walked inside her house. I tucked my hands in my pockets and walked back to the seat in front of Sari. "Did you see what happened?" Nope. Didn't you hear me when I told you how I was trying to finish this assignment before work tonight?" I leaned over to her and whispered, "I gotta tell you something." "Come on, you know I'm trying to finish this." I pulled back, turned away, slid down in my seat with my back facing up. Sari kicked the back of my seat with her foot and said, "Just tell me already." I stared out of the window without one word. "Are you serious, Tomie Dupuy? The silent treatment? Really?" She slammed her book shut and threw it on her seat. My lips curled up into a huge smile. "So, you ready to hear what I have to share with you?" I closed my book. "Or maybe you didn't hear it. That Opal chick is kind of strange." "What do you mean?" Before her bus stop, she dropped her backpack and all her stuff fell out. I helped her gather it all up, but there was something I picked up that probably wasn't meant for me to pick up. "What?" "A picture of Pepper Fox from junior high in her cheerleading outfit." "Big freaking deal. What's so wrong with her having a picture of Miss Pepper Priss?" "Bad taste," I say, in her backpack. It was what was missing from the picture. "What? Please, just spill it." Pepper's eyes were like burnt out, large holes left where her eyes were supposed to be. Kinda gave me the shivers. Sari tilted her head to the side while running her tongue across her hot pink braces, which were being removed tomorrow. She had braces since the 5th grade. Her teeth had an odd growing pattern, and she had to wear them longer than usual. "Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Tomie?" "Sorta. We need to talk to her at work tonight." "Maybe. I didn't get far with her. I doubt she'll want to join us." "Leave it to me. Let me handle this." "You got it. You won't hear me complaining." The bus stopped to drop Sari off first, right when my phone went off with a text message. Before she stepped off the bus, I yelled out, "Sari, I'll take you home tonight. My dad just texted me that he picked me up. He picked up my car up at the dealership about an hour ago." "Okay, I'll let Mom know. Thanks." She waved and did the same. And I did the same. I was the last one remaining on the bus. I could see my car parked in the driveway before Mr. Ray approached the front of my house. As I was about to take the last step off the bus, Mr. Ray yelled out in a baritone voice, "Tomie, sometimes it's best to let some things work themselves out without meddling." "Mr. Ray, what are you talking about?" I turned around with my camouflage backpack in my right hand. "I overheard you talking to Sari about that picture the old girl had in her possession." "Leave it be, son." Mr. Ray, it's nothing. Just a silly picture. That's all. Sari and I plan to try to talk to her later tonight at work about it and all." I threw my hand up to wave back at him and stepped off the last step and onto the grass. Mr. Ray slowly closed the bus doors with the handle next to him and shook his head. He whispered while squinting his eyes and staring right at me, "Be careful, Tomie Dupuy." I frowned and walked towards my house, thinking about everything, especially when Mr. Ray whispered. Be careful what you wish for. Daw Trilogy, Book 1 by Miracle Austin. Read aloud by Miss Rosario Osuna. End of Chapter 1. Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel, One Book or Novel at a Time. Chapter 2 coming soon.